we've actually done in about I'd say about a 7-week period, we've gone from a 55% offer rate to a 98% offer rate in the space of about 7 weeks. But again, refract, and with what it can track and with what it's helped me do, that's put that statistic as something tangible that people can see and people can work upwards with. Whereas prior, there would be, without a whole load of manual work, and I'm talking weeks and weeks and weeks of manually tracking things, there would have been no way to know. Arco are a health and safety company which provides PPE and training services to businesses across the UK. They've done a lot of work, especially over recent times, kind of with the NHS, and providing those services just allow businesses to operate safely. And one of the big kind of mantras with Arco is safety at work. And where I come into all of that, Arco set up an outbound sales team with the aim of keeping in contact with our customers a lot more often. And as that was an effective channel for Arco, that team's grown, and they decided that they would benefit from a coach, and that's where I come in as the outbound performance coach. It's two things really. Our process was very manual, and we've got a dialing system and then a cloud-based storage, and the calls that the sales agents made were saved into that cloud, and then I would have to scroll through, and they're doing 100 calls a day generally, and that's a team of 30 people. So to have to scroll through all of those calls to find ones which had learning moments in that took hours in itself. So what Refract has done for me is saved me a ton of time. There was absolutely zero manual work in it at all. And we actually worked out that in June, as an example, I had 2 weeks on holiday in June. But I, with Refract, did the same amount of work in a 2-week period as I would have in a 4-week period before we had Refract. But what Refract has allowed the agents to do is own it. And I can score a call, write some feedback, and the fact that they can log on to the platform whenever they want and see that feedback and see that score and see their insights as to what they're doing great and maybe what's a development point, and track their own progress. It allows sales agents to take ownership of that. And although as a coach, I've always encouraged it, with some people it's easy, with some people it's not. But Refract, in a way, makes them do that. Like, this is your score, this is your feedback. So what I've seen and what we've set as a management team is a block of time every week where they can just log on. They can come off the phones, they don't have to make any calls, and they can log on and just spend some time listening to themselves, doing some self-reflection, going in a best practice library, what are the best sellers doing, and learning from that. So it's actually encouraged people to come to me and say, can you find some more calls for the best practice library? I've listened to them all. Or can I listen to more of this person because I really relate to how they sell and how they speak to their customers, and I want to listen to more of that person. My development has always been manual, and the coaching I've done to others has always been manual. But with Refract, I can see what works. Like, I can see it and I can track it, and with the reports and the insights and all of that sort of stuff, I can see it. and I can see when things have worked and when they haven't worked, and then I can track, okay, so is that seasonal? Or is it because there's something happening in the market which we may not know about? Or is it what Boris Johnson said on the news last night as to why that's different? But to be able to see it and then present it, it to make coaching and the effect of coaching visible is so powerful, because how do you track what a good coach is doing? And that's a hard question to ask as a business. One of the things which when we first got Refract, and I explained what it was, and then Cassie did a lot of demos to the team and things like that, and we had some skeptics initially with the team, but as soon as they got on it and they realized it wasn't a big brother situation where they was being watched, but what it could provide them that they've never seen before, they immediately went, okay, well, how often can I go on this platform? How often can I use it? How often can I listen to myself? How often can I listen to other people? And especially during, COVID times is when we got it. So we're not in the office. You can't put yourself in pause and listen to the person next to you who's performing well. So it's really helped them feel like they're still part of a group of people and not sat at home at their kitchen table working.